Let's see now suppression of the revolt from the revolt of the 1857. We have seen how revolt was started from the mutiny of the soldiers on 10 May 1857. Then they marched towards Delhi and further spread of the revolt we have discussed. And now let's discuss the suppression of the revolt. Unnerved by the scale of the revolt, the British wanted every single territory back, whichever lost. Governor General Lord Canning mobilized all his forces and placed his troops under the command of his best commanders Hugh Ross, Neil, Campbell, Havelock, Outram and John Lawrence. In order to suppress the revolt, they massacred people and burned down villages. Fierce battles were fought in the ridge, Chandni Chowk. Between them, Kashmiri Gate and Red Fort, Bahadur Shah Zafar and his family took shelter in Humayun's tomb. The British declares him guilty of treason, murder and rebellion. The British captured him and exiled him to Rangoon, Myanmar after a lengthy trial. And on 7 November 1862, Bahadur Shah Zafar died in Rangoon. Nana Sahib and Begum Hazrat Mahal escaped to Nepal. Tantia Tope was captured and killed in 1859. However, it took the British a while to suppress the popular rebellion. The British tried to win the support of the people by announcing rewards. For example, the loyal landlords would be able to enjoy traditional rights over their land, or those who surrendered would be pardoned. So it will be very easy for us to understand that when revolt was started, Bahadur Shah Zafar was made the empire of the Hindustan, king of the Hindustan, whereas British did not declare like that. So British, what they did, they started massacring people and killing people, burning down the villages, and because of that, what happened, Bahadur Shah Zafar with his family took shelter in the Humayun's tomb. Later on, he was captured and he was sent to Myanmar and he was died in Rangoon in the jail. Then many others were also escaped to Nepal, or some captured and killed, or some surrendered, like that. Then comes the last step, that is the failing of the revolt of 1857. Now we will know the reason why the uprising failed. The whole of India was not affected by the revolt. As I have already told you that Punjab and many other places, Deccan, South India, they were not interested in the revolt. So the whole of India was not affected by the revolt. Rajasthan, Assam, Odisha, Bengal, greater parts of Punjab and South India remained more or less unaffected. Rulers of many princely states like the Nizam of Hyderabad, Rajput rulers and ruling chiefs of Nabha, Patiala and Kashmir did not support the revolt. In British, even Hyderabad, they did not support the revolt. In British strongholds such as Bengal, Bombay, Mumbai and Madras, they took safety measures to keep the uprising in check by issuing orders like to shoot anyone suspected of supporting the rebellion. So those who will support, they will get killed. The British were supported by a strong government in England and a well-developed administrative setup in India, so they were well connected by telegraph, roads and railways. Moreover, they had superior military techniques and able generals. The Indian military techniques were not only outdated, but the rebel leader even failed to consolidate their gains as they lacked experience and coordination. The movement lacked a centralized leadership and a mass appeal. Most revolts were restricted to small areas and leaders fought to liberate their own territories. Moreover, the newly educated Indians remained unsympathetic to the revolt. They opined that the British rule was necessary for India's modernization and development. So the main reason for the uprising, because of which it has failed, is the centralized planning. No planning was there. How to lead the revolt, where to get started,